The thing with it that you have to understand is there's risk in different areas, and the more knowledge that you gain, the more experience that you gain, is how you reduce the risk in those areas. Or including people on your team that has knowledge. You don't have to have all the knowledge, but have people on your team, and your team could be an inspector, a contractor, attorney, or your broker. All those are team members that can lend their years and years of experience to help lower your risk profile by you asking the right questions, by hiring them to do the inspection, by hiring them to give you an estimate for the renovation work before you pay for the building. Now you're able to lower that risk profile by leveraging your own knowledge, but then also leveraging the knowledge of others on your team that you've recruited and brought in.
Welcome to the Nicholas Brown Podcast, a podcast talk show about real estate investing, business leadership, and personal development. Each week, we explore current real-life case studies about how to build financial independence through investing in real estate to build your personal portfolio through passive income models, along with interviews from the top business leaders and personal development leaders. Now, here's your host, Nicholas Brown.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We got another great episode. This is episode 93. But before we begin, as I always say, make sure if you guys are listening to your favorite podcast platform, subscribe. If you watch this on YouTube or somehow, whatever, subscribe and replay this and get some nuggets. This is worth it. I promise you, you're gonna have a treat. If you haven't seen the replays, the last previous episodes of this series of series 3 multiple episodes, replay them. It's worth it. I promise you. Our special guest, I'm honored to have him, man. Each time I speak to him, we got like-minded, man. We just motivate each other, man. I promise you. But this is Johnny Lynum. Did I get it right this time?
Let's go.
Right? All it takes is keep going. As I tell him, man, as long as that check is right, as long as I write it spelled correctly on the check, it's correct. But he's a real estate investor, ladies and gentlemen. He's very experienced. He's going to take you more. He's going to do 110%. My thing is, I'm pretty sure he's like that too. He's been so successful where, hey, that's nothing. He can do that with his eyes closed. My ultimate success and his ultimate success is he like the after effect of seeing someone else successful. Am I correct?
100%.
He like the after effect, So he's a coach minded too. He want to see you guys successful. So that's the purpose of you guys. You got 401ks, you got these retirement income, and you lacking. This is the episode. This is the community, his community, our community. You want to be a part of that. I promise. Network determines your net worth. I promise you. So I'm going to get to it because, like I was telling before, when we finish, me and him can go on and preach, keep preaching. But this is his show. This person's here. We're going to make it short and simple. Last episode, we talked about cash flow versus appreciation. This time, we're going to come across. So if you're watching this, we're coming to the end of the year. This is December at the time of this play right here, where I did a teaser where most investors, especially residential, when in my time, my younger years, I'm catching some great deals. This is the best time to catch some great deals. You make money on the buy, and then you'll tweak it on the buy if you get these types of deals. He's going to stress this because of risk. I'm going to ask this first question: risk management in real estate investing. Can you provide insight strategies for mitigating risks associated with property investing and or multifamily apartment investing? Did I get you on that? Did I catch you on that? Can you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think the big thing with us as real estate investors, our number one job is risk management. And the thing with it that you have to understand is there's risk in different areas. And the more knowledge that you gain, the more experience that you gain, is how you reduce the risk in those areas. Or including people on your team that has knowledge. You don't have to have all the knowledge, but have people on your team. And your team could be an inspector, a contractor, an attorney, or your broker. All those are team members that can lend their years and years of experience to help lower your risk profile by you asking the right questions, by hiring them to do the inspection, by hiring them to give you an estimate for the renovation work before you pay for the building. Now you're able to lower that risk profile by leveraging your own knowledge, but then also leveraging the knowledge of others on your team that you've recruited and brought in.
Hey, listeners, interested in retirement planning? Whether you've got a 401k, no savings at all, or you're somewhere in between, we've got you covered. Subscribe to our retirement planning newsletter for expert tips and insights. Secure your future today. Click the link in the show notes. Also, too, go back. Important person, too, ladies and gentlemen, on the residential part, I know personally on there, is a title rep. Get with a good title. They help you out. They cut your time. They will cut your time. And I'm pretty sure too on the apartment complex. I haven't bought an apartment complex, but am I correct? Do you guys work with great title attorneys or title escrow? Yeah.
No, they're big on those transactions. And because the thing with it that you want to make sure you're not making mistakes, because mistakes on that side on the multifamily can be extremely expensive. If you don't do your due diligence, if you don't get all the facts lined up beforehand, you could be buying a problem. You could be buying a ticking time bomb, as we say, and not even know it.
Really?
And so just being able to do that due diligence and having those professionals and having the knowledge from other investors too in your circle, in your network that are experienced, that can help you avoid those pitfalls along your journey is just paramount. That's what I love about mentorship and mastermind groups. Just because you get a mix of so much experience and knowledge in one area that you can lean on when you need them, and it can lean on that experience, and you don't have to have all of it yourself.
This is Larry Pellenton, CPA for PC Financial Services. Thank you, Nick Brown, for inviting me to the Nicholas Brown podcast. Check it out. Check out our episode, and looking forward to hearing back from
you. That's awesome. So, what to invest for retirement? Can you analyze this year's market? What the trends are you seeing for this year?
No, great question.
At the time we play this rather.
I think there's still a large delta or gulf between buyers and sellers' expectations. I think overall transactions are down around 70% year over year last time I checked, which means that sellers aren't selling and buyers aren't buying, and for a number of reasons. For one, interest rates have gone up tremendously over the last year, with commercial rates somewhere between the 6.5–7% interest rates. But then you also have capitalization rates that a lot of people buy based off the capitalization rates in certain areas. Those rates have been trending upwards as well too over the last year. And so all those economic trends and Federal Reserve has been raising rates, which inherently is pushed the interest rates up. So all those factors being said and kind of rolled in together, that it's pretty much brought the multifamily world to a halt. The economy, the market to a halt. And so that's the thing, kind of where we are right now. There's still deals happening. We got a 20 unit under contract right now that we're working with 100% seller financing on the deal. And so right now, with the high interest rate environment, what I tell my clients that I work with, like, this is the time when you're working with sophisticated investors who have been self-managing these apartment buildings, that they know that they have to bring some type of form of seller finance. And in most cases, especially if they had a lot of deferred maintenance, if their occupancy levels are low, they know it's not going to qualify for traditional lending. And where interest rates are right now, I'll pay a little bit more for a building if I get the right terms with financing. And so right now is a great time just to be able to get out, know what you're talking about, networking with owners who are managing, self-managing, and making deals happen. Because right now, there's going to be a large transition of wealth that's going to change hands over the next decade.
Special announcement. Interested in retirement planning? Got a 401k? Or no savings at all? We've got you covered. Subscribe to our newsletter for expert tips and insights. Secure your future today. Click the link below. What do you think? Can you expand on that a little bit? You said it's going to change over the decade. People Like landlords are retiring, which that's true too. A lot of baby boomers,
Yep.
whatever, and
Yep.
people that have businesses are exchanging, selling their businesses. But give me an example. That's the example
Oh,
I
you
get
you
now.
yeah, you just hit it. That's exactly
Yeah,
it. Whereas that you have a lot of mom and pop owners who own these buildings for years and years. Um, they're tired. They're tired. They managed through COVID. Right now, as we at this recording, the latest is that Atlanta has 12,000 evictions they're about to process with the
really?
moratorium. With more so on the
Wow.
residential side, but on the commercial side too, with apartments, that there's a lot of people who haven't been paying. And so there's a lot of tired landlords out there who are ready to retire. And a lot of times, from talking with these individuals that we buy properties from, their family's not into real estate like that.
Right,
They
right,
don't really see it that way. And so they're looking to liquidate, and they understand that, they're gonna have to cut some deals. And they've made their money off a lot of these properties already, 2 and 3 times over. And so for them, they're fine with being able to give you really good terms where you can take the deal and manage the deal. And a lot of times they don't want to pay the IRS. They don't want to pay all the taxes on that lump sum of money. So
right.
they would rather take a little bit of that profit, and then you pay them back over time. And it's a win-win for everybody.
Hey everybody, this is Nate Hare, Executive Director at Directed IRA, and you're watching the Nicholas Brown Podcast Show.
So at the end of the year, can you explain the teaser? That's pretty much what you was getting to. Some of that, am I right?
Oh yeah. Now, so this time, man,
you caught some
I
properties at this time through your 15 years at the end of the year for write-offs, or just they want to get rid, man. Hey, I want it off my hand. Am I correct?
Yep, no, 100%. I'm working something right now with my clients that we're about to do a thrust in a couple different markets that we're looking to that my clients are looking to participate in, but we're about to do a marketing thrust here the last 2 months of the year. And to exactly lean on those trends that we've seen historically with the slowdown in this area. Whereas that now, just trying to see what's out there, find those motivated sellers. But usually, a lot of things shut down. People they want to take the rest of the year off. They want a vacation.
Yeah,
They want
yeah,
to spend time with
yeah,
family. I'm like, I'm gonna spend time with family too, but my team
right,
is still gonna be working, and we're
right.
still gonna be sliding those things out. And reaching our target audience to reach those motivated sellers and finding different unique ways that we can get in front of them, and see if they're motivated to sell.
That's awesome. Now this is for apartment complexes, correct?
Both,
Commercial,
everything.
both. Oh, well, yeah, 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 yeah. It's whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever has equity play, as you said before,
Yeah.
it's out there, and it's a little bit extra that's available, especially those whose financial planner or CPA advises them to get rid of certain properties for a tax write-off. Also, people's not aware of
Yep.
that. Have you came across? Am I correct on that? Also, have you came across that
Yes.
at that times? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the right time. Whether you have a 401k, stay ready. Credit also. Even if you don't have 401k, people that's watching and listening in on there, if you have credit, or if you just a player, learn, make it happen. It's 3 T's. I think I preached that before though. The 3 T's that you want. I'm gonna give you some substance. You got time, talent, and treasure. Treasure is some people they don't have the money. You have bad credit. If you got time and talent, if you got time to learn from Johnny and Nicholas or whatever, get out there. We're gonna guide you there, and you will start adding to your piggy bank on there to make more treasure. So everyone can eat. You can be a part of this. Time, talent, treasure. Time, talent, treasure. Remember that triangle, and you will get progress. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen. But just be a team player. Like he has a team player. You go to his community, everyone shares the knowledge or help. Time, talent, treasure. Time, talent, treasure. And they're getting progress. And they're getting making active to become passive. And they just if you probably get in their group, they probably grinning at times or whatever. Hey man, we're gonna go make this deal. Am I correct?
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
And that's the thing. Like especially you talk about the taxes at the end of the year. With apartments on the commercial side, we have bonus depreciation. And so right now, bonus depreciation is at 80%. But when we cross into 2024, it drops and it tapers off to 60%. So, there's a
School them on
20%.
that. Bonus
Yeah, so
depreciation. School them. Give them a little teaser on there. Then we will wrap this up. I
yeah,
appreciate
so
that,
bonus
sir.
depreciation is with commercial buildings, you're able to have cost segregation studies. So essentially, engineers come in, they evaluate all the components of the building, all from the roof all the way down to the concrete that makes up the parking lot, and they evaluate a lifespan to it. So everything that isn't evaluated at the full 27 and a half years. So if something has a 5 year, 7.5 year, 10-year lifespan, you're able to pull all that depreciation to the first year and take that in 1 year. For example, for our 40 unit, 24 unit, and 12 unit we bought last year, our bonus depreciation for year one was, I think it was around 730,000.
Wow.
Loss, passive loss that we're able to take on our taxes. Just a phantom loss, even though the building's cash flowing, producing income.
Wow.
In the eyes of the IRS, is that much depreciation you can pull forward. In a normal year, it will probably be somewhere around 200 to 300,000. But now you're able to bring that extra 400,000 that you be spread out over the next 27 and a half years. Now all that's pulled forward to that very first year that you can bring in. And guess what? If you don't use it all the first year, you can carry it to the second and third year until it works off. So that's something that's going on in 2017 with the tax act that Trump passed, that it took 100% bonus depreciation. Then it started tapering off in 2024. So it's been 100% from 2017 to 2023. Went to the 2022, 2023 this year went down to 80%. Then in 2024 and go down to 60% for how much of that bonus depreciation you can bring forward to the first year.
Special announcement. Interested in retirement planning? Got a 401k? Or no savings at all? We've got you covered. Subscribe for expert tips and insights. Secure your future today. Click the link below. Wow. Something better than nothing. You know what I mean? So it's there, it's available. And that's the purpose also of having your team, a good CPA, like I said, to give you that type of advice, because I can see you by hearing which you're a spawn for knowledge anyway. I know. Matter of fact, we didn't ask this. What's your MOS, sir? What is your MOS? What do you do for? And once again, thank you for your service. What's your MOS?
Sure. Yep. So I'm a 62 Echo. So a developmental engineer or acquisition officer.
That's it. Planning and development. That's it. That's it. That's your sponge for that, man. That's awesome, man. Development. Yeah. So you have projects that you're part of. You and your soldiers are a part of, right, to meet that mission, right?
Yeah, 100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, we buy mission systems for the government.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Have you always had that during the years? Because you, ladies and gentlemen, he's about another couple of years, 2 years almost, less to retire. By choice, as we say too. He has so many choices on there. Has that always been? We're going to a personal note so people get to know you. Has that always been your MOS, or did you start out that way?
I've done some things dabbling on the Intel side of things.
Oh, really?
There my career. Yeah.
Okay. Short answer. What got you into real estate then? Since you've been in the military, what got you like, man, I gotta stay in this. I'm sticking with this. I ain't going nowhere.
Man, it was that first property. It was that first property.
Okay.
I talk about it in my book. When I went to my first duty station, I had to have a family member sign on my lease to get my first apartment. Truly humbling. I got my credit together, figured out about credit score, paying stuff on time, and then my buddy, Lieutenant Nick Battle, shout out to Nick Battle. He came to me, he said, J2, man, I found this duplex. I'm gonna buy outside, you buy outside. I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, the mortgage payment was like $300 less than what I was paying for apartment.
Wow.
And I was gonna own it. And the property management company said that, hey, yep, you can rent this out for about, what you were paying for your apartment. And so you'll make $300-400 a month. So I'm like, okay. And I didn't have to pay any money out of pocket because I used my VA benefits.
Wow.
And so I actually got a check back for a little bit over $300. And after that, man, I was hooked.
Right.
I was hooked.
Right.
Hooked on real estate. And it's funny, like my wife, who would drive down to visit me in Warner Robins sometimes on the weekend at Saturday, I'm like, hey, we got a special speaker at the RIA, the Real Estate Investors.
Right.
She would be right there with me, learning about these different real estate investing strategies, man. So it's been a beautiful journey.
That's all right, man. That's all right. I can see it. It's happening, man. But you're there to help people also. So before we end this too, because this is special group, what's the purpose for this? People that got 401ks or retirement income at the end of the year, rehash on what would you do to start out, or what would you suggest? What would you do for people that starting out, and what would you suggest that people that pretty much a little bit experience in this that have the 401ks or retirement income? What would you suggest?
Yep. The first step, I'm assuming they moved a portion of it to a self-directed IRA.
Right.
After that, I think identify what areas you want to invest in. Looking at the location, understand schools, understand crime in those areas, understand the population growth, the projected growth 2030, what the Census Bureau is saying. Look at what different job industries are coming there, and understand, just your long-term plan and strategy that you have. And once you identify an area that you feel comfortable with, now start reaching out to brokers to get access to deals. But then also, if you're a little bit savvy, you may want to start pulling some data offline and start marketing to potential motivated sellers as well too. Or like with our community, that we kind of work it right beside you, whereas that we help pull the data. We leverage my virtual assistants to cold call, to reach direct to owners as well too on your behalf, to set appointments for you where you're not trying to do all of this by yourself, where you don't have to build up your own marketing machine.
Name your community. Shout out to the community. Give me your community. What's the name of your
Yeah. So real estate investing genius. Real estate
Okay.
investing genius. And then of course we have my 6-month multifamily mastery mastermind group.
Special announcement. Interested in retirement planning? Got a 401k? Or no savings at all? We've got you covered. Subscribe for expert tips and insights. Secure your future today. Click the link in the show notes. Okay. This is the bonus I want them, because if you got that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to plug it in there. If he has some type of introductory webinar, this is going to be plugged into my community also. But don't you have a course? Don't you have a courses out there also, or is it on hold, or didn't you have a course available?
Yeah, for the fix and flip on the single family side. Yep. So I have that course out there with that. That's available. And then like all of the stuff with me mentoring directly, that's in that 6-month multifamily mastermind group, where
Okay.
we're doing weekly coaching calls and going through and setting them up to find deals in their specific areas that they're focused on and looking to pick up assets in.
That's the bonus, ladies and gentlemen. If you're part of the community on there, my community, and you're part of this group, you see the link on there. You're gonna have that bonus. You're gonna have an exclusive bonus before you watch that. I wanna, if you can, send me some information, or we'll spend time where
For sure.
you're doing introductory, and then you guys to be educated like he's doing before, where hey, that's a no-brainer. Join the mastermind, because the community is there though. So if we can, I'd love for you to share some type of introductory video where I can share this with the community at the time on there, where they can play that, so that when they reach out to you and your team, like I said, it's not foreign to them. They'll understand it and they're ready to rock and
Yep.
roll. But that was the key too, ladies and gentlemen. I asked so many questions though, but it's good to network with like-minded. That's the purpose of him having the community too. Because as we say before, he's going to say also, we all can eat, but let's work as a team though. It's going to happen. It's going to happen if you work as a team, and you're going to get progress. I always say, I like addition, but you know what I love? You know what I love, brother? You know what I love?
Multiplication.
That's right. I love me some multiplication. So compound, work together as a team, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be greedy. Don't be that greedy talk on lack. Be greedy talk on giving and exploring, contributing, build value. You build a value. 3 T's: time, talent, and treasure. That's gonna multiply. That's gonna turn into love. He got an example for it in his videos on there in his community. But once again, brother, any last words? Sure. Give him your. How can he get in contact with you once again?
Yep. Best place to contact me. You can follow me on social media, Johnny Lynum. But my website, www.johnnylynum.com, is a great way to connect and see access to everything that I got out there, to just resources to help people, and get some time on my calendar for a free strategy session with myself or somebody on my team.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks, brother Johnny Lynum. I thank you for coming on, man. Real estate expert, man. And just a man of spirit, as we say before, whether you're done in that nomination, whatever. He wants to see you guys successful. He's a people person. You can reach out to him though. Okay. So thanks for coming on, man. Anything, me and my team, the people you need, always feel free to reach out to me, brother. Okay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As I always end and say, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day. Thanks
for joining us on the Nicholas Brown Podcast. Make sure to visit our website,
www.nicholasbrownrei.com,
where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too.
If you like this show and you're interested in retirement planning tips, then check out our free newsletter located on our website, www.nicholasbrownrei.com/newsletter.
Be sure to tune in for our next episode. And remember, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.